How's it going, all you beautiful bastards? The Bidenator is back with Barack and Big Donnie, and boy, do we have a special treat for you today.
Well spoken, Joe. That's very unusual for you.
Piss off, Donnie. At least I'm not participating in the indictment marathon like you are. New York, Florida, Washington, D.C., and now Georgia. Bro, how fucked are you exactly?
This is all fake news. Yes, indeed, I've never done anything wrong in the history of ever. People just get upset because I'm too chadly to handle. Yes, indeed, they said, Donnie, you are such a chad, and that is why we must charge you in Georgia as well. So you see, Joe, I'm not worried at all. I have this thing called money, and let me tell you, it's quite the useful little tool.
Donnie, you're so fucked. That's really all I have to say. Now, can we start ranking all these chatted legendary Pokémon before you get thrown into a paddy wagon and driven off into the sunset?
Fine, but only so you guys stop crying. It's fitting that the first legendary on this list is Arceus. I relate to him on a fundamental level. He's the god of Pokemon, and I'm the god of humans. How poetic, much like myself. Arceus is very overpowered and will never see the inside of a jail cell. S tier for that Chad.
I agree with S tier, but I'm just going to go ahead and ignore all that malarkey you're spewing out. The next Pokemon is Articuno, a beautiful bird and one of the 3 Kanto legendary trio. Oh, by the way, this is probably a good time to mention that we are ranking these Pokemon not only by how dope they look, but also by how much swag they have. Anyway, going back to it, this wonderful ice bird gets A tier for me.
A tier is definitely fair. Personally, I'd put it into B tier because ice types tend to suck harder than Melania, but I can accept A tier.
What was that last part, Barry? I dropped a McNugget and didn't hear you, as I would, of course, prioritize the chicken nugget over anything you have to say.
Oh, don't you worry your little orange head about it, Donnie. I'm just ranking Azelf. It's C tier. None of the Lake Trio Pokemon really do it for me, but they're not garbage or nothing, so yeah, C tier.
C tier is fitting. Just like your presidency, Barack. Good old C tier. You can call it mid, as the kids say. Anyway, let me turn my swag on. Cobalion is a goddamn Chad. The best of the 3 Musketeers and the best of the trio in Gen 5. S tier for Cobalion.
You don't have any swag, you old bitch.
You calling me an old bitch? Hi, Teapot. My name's Kettle. Have we met? Fuck off.
I'll fuck off back to the White House, Donnie. You know, because I'm the president and I won the election. Cry about it, moving on to Celebi. What a little pimp, a time-traveling green onion. I mean, it just has to go into A tier. What an awesome design. I give it 4 out of 5 chalky chocolate chips.
I give it 2 Trump Towers out of 5. Sorry, sleepyhead. It's just a stupid vegetable. D tier for that crap.
Does your arrogance and lack of vision know no bounds?
Shush up, you two. Obama is breaking the drama while getting mad sloppy top from your mama. I'll put Celebi into B tier, and then I'm going to put Cosmog and its evolution into C tier. They're cute, so that gives them points, but they are literally dog shit until they evolve into Solgaleo and Lunala. So, yeah, keep the arguing down, you two. We have a lot of Pokemon to do.
You shush up, Barack. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I will piss on your doormat. Don't think I won't.
You piss on Barry's doormat and I'll shit on yours, bitch.
Gentlemen, compose yourselves. Pokemon comes first.
Yeah, Barack, listen, Cressalia's all right, cool design, so I'll give it B tier. And I would give Darkrai an S tier, but he's just a smidge, just a hint, just a little bit too edgy. It's a shame. I bet Darkrai walks past onions and they begin to cry. I bet Darkrai has a poster of Logan Paul with that emo hair on his wall, but he does have an absolutely broken ability, so I'll put him into A tier.
Not gonna lie, Darkrai does kind of look like he's about to ask you if you've ever heard of closing the goddamn door.
Darkrai kind of looks like that guy who would post a selfie on his Snap story with the caption of, "Don't talk to me, all my real friends know what's up."
Well, I'm glad we can all come together to at least make fun of that little emo bastard. Anyways, who wants to do all the Deoxys forms?
Me.
Would you like to do it, Barack?
Sure, why not?
This slight against me will not go unanswered, Donald. The regret of 1,000 disappointments will fill you until your last breath.
Joe, your mic kind of cut out, so we didn't hear what you just said, but I'm going to go ahead on this alien guy. Deoxys in his defense form kind of looks like Laffy Taffy, so I guess it has that going for it. I put it in C tier. The attack and speed forms of Deoxys are goated, and go into S tier. If I saw something like that coming towards me, I'd pray to Arceus, and it would no doubt fall on deaf ears, as even God doesn't play with that shit. And as for his normal form, it's cool. B tier for me.
Wow, Barack, got to give you credit. Spot on choices, almost as perfect as me. Well done.
God, you're so annoying. I'm doing the God of Time, S tier. Dialga is dope. He's steel and dragon, because of course he is. He controls time like an absolute boss. And I bet you he could hit the gritty and steal your girl at the same time. S tier, fantastic.
Nice pick, Joe. He is indeed goated. You said he was steel type. What was his other type?
I already said both of his typings. Are you deaf?
Oh, come on, sleepyhead. Don't be like that. I'm just asking a question. What is Dialga's second typing?
God, you're stupid, Donnie. It's obviously a
Joe,
dragon
wait, no,
type
it's
as
a
well.
trick.
Dragging these nuts across your face, dumbass. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I got you. Good bitch, asterisk. Loud Donald Trump laugh. Big bellowing Donald Trump laugh.
God damn it, I
asterisk.
hate you.
Not as much as I hate these two rock princesses over here, Deancy and its Mega Evolution go into D tier. They never did anything for me. However, the absolute dog that is Entei goes into S tier. The third Pokemon movie is goated with the sauce, and Entei has been known to bust it down Pokemon style. I don't think anyone can disagree with this. And if you do disagree, please explain down below why you enjoy being wrong. It's fascinating to me.
You're so lucky we have a lot more Pokemon to rank Donnie. If it was up to me, I'd call my twin from the Spatch Adams universe and have him put you into the star-strangled banner technique. I wouldn't even bat an eye as he did it either. Anyway, Genesect is a cool design. Purple is a great look for this artificial boyo, so I'll give him B tier. However, the next guy is Giratina, the god of antimatter, the fallen angel some call him. His regular form is dope and gets A tier, but his origin form makes me want to sing Friday by Rebecca Black while hitting the stanky leg in front of a crowd of 40,000 homies. S tier is what I'm trying to say.
Solid reasoning, Joe, but please don't hit the stankiest of stanky leg. You will bust your ass and then no one wins. Moving on to Groudon. I mean, what a fucking Chad. Goddamn, boys, this is that good you can only get from the hood. S tier for both forms. God, it just makes me want to fly to Japan and personally shake the hand of Ken Sugimori. Gosh, I'm getting a plane ticket now, actually. So goated.
Agreed, Gruden is dope as fuck. This is not fake news. Believe me, I know fake news. I've seen fake news. And Groudon just isn't it, folks. It's real news, the realest of news. In fact, if I was being totally and completely honest with myself, I'd say that Groudon is the realest news ever crafted. And I put that on Arceus.
I guess even a dunce like you can see how great that red boy is. Congrats, Donnie. You're not as stupid as I thought.
Joe, you better pop it, lock it, and then proceed to polka dot it before I shank you.
Well, this sure was productive anyway. Smell you later, losers. I'm off to Japan to shake Ken Sugimori's hand. You guys can do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm so hyped. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Obama, out.
I hope you know that my mind is still on how you slighted me, Donald. The fury of 1,000 hungry wolves are ready to pounce at any second. And when the darkness settles in and your breathing becomes shallow, the Bidenator will be the only thing on your mind, Donald. You can't stop this train. It's a one-way ticket to the town of whoop-ass Donnie. Be afraid, be very afraid, my little orange friend. Oh gosh, is that a raccoon? Ah, there's a raccoon in the White House. Fuck, gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon.
I don't even know what to say. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you guys continue to enjoy the content. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're interested. Check out our other videos. We do a variety of different topics. Maybe you'll find one that's right for you. Shit, my lawyer's calling. Hello? What the fuck do you mean 41 charges, for fuck's sake?
Go, Donnie.
Hello, everyone. It's time to continue ranking legendaries, mythicals, whatever the hell they're called. They are all legendaries in my eyes.
I'm pretty hyped, Donald. Thanks for letting me come on that show and rank some of these immaculate Pokemon.
No problem, little Georgie. I hope you have better takes than Obama and Brandon over here.
Piss off, Donald. You tried to put Celebi into D tier. The only people who do that are those that blew in from Stupid Town, boom roasted.
I'd rather blow in from Stupid Town than shoulder-sniffing city like you have. Obama, get your mans before beef is formed.
Trump, we let the beef simmer in this house. Now let's move on to what's important. Ranking Pokemon, I'll go first. Heatran is a cool legendary with fire and steel as its typing. It's born at the bottom of a volcano, I believe. Could be wrong, but overall it's pretty solid. I give B tier for this little metal boy.
Wow, Barack, that opinion of yours is quite submissive and breedable. Well done.
I don't know how anyone is supposed to respond to that, so I'm going to keep the ball rolling. Ho-Oh is a magnificent-looking bird. Fun fact, I thought the name of the Pokemon was Ho-Ho until I was like 11 years old. Shit was crazy back then. Ho-Ho says the bird. Ho-Ho says Santa Claus. Ho-Ho is Santa Claus. Obviously, I was horribly wrong, but that doesn't change the fact that Ho-Oh is majestic. I give it A tier.
Ho-Oh is up there in the chatted rankings. Unlike the next two, Hoopa and Hoopa with floating limbs, they both get D tier for me. I was never really a fan of those designs. Sorry if you're a Hoopa Poopa Loopa fan, but like I stated, that little genie never really did it for me. At least the big boy form is kind of intimidating. Still D tier for me.
Oh, Donnie, so rich, so fucking rich, and yet so stupid. How unfortunate.
Nothing redeeming about the Genie Joe, cry about it.
There's nothing redeeming about you either, bitch. Get indicted, pussy, anyway. Jirachi can grant wishes. And is a wonderful little star boy. I love it. Simple and straight to the point. On top of that, Jirachi is steel and psychic. A chatted combo. Metagross comes to mind. All in all, I give Jirachi an A tier.
Jirachi is pretty cool, and I especially am a fan of its shiny form. Look at the tags, they're all red now. Dope as fudge if I do say so myself. Now moving on to Keldeo. I have mixed feelings. My Little Pony fans scare me, and every time I see a tiny horse, I get vivid flashbacks to my time in office. My VP, Mr. Cheney, was a big clopper, and I've walked in on horrible sights. Putting that to one side, both forms of Keldeo can go into C tier. Its cool factor is mitigated by the fact that it's a small horse. You hate to see it, C tier.
Without condoning or condemning, I just want to say I get it.
Jesus Christ, fucking weirdos, I swear to God.
Speaking of gods, we have the god of the oceans, Kyogre. Both forms are goated, and absolutely smacked, they go into S tier. Kyogre was the first legendary that really made me go, wow, I want a giant pink orca. I know he's a blue boy, but the shiny is pink, and I don't think any other Pokemon can rock a pink shiny form like Kyogre. What a Chad, S tier.
Nice pick, Barack. No disagreements from me. The colors red and blue are stuck in a perpetual cycle of being pitted against one another. How sad. I like both blue and red. They make purple, and purple is dope. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Colors are fun.
Kyogre and Gruden are two dope as fuck legendaries. And now we have Black Kyurem and White Kyurem. Listen, folks, I'm going to be straight up with you. These two Chads can go into A tier. They were the first fusion sort of Pokemon. And while they are powerful, their designs just aren't as sleek as I would like. Gosh, sometimes it's really hard to be this fucking alpha. Sometimes I don't even know how I do it. I guess I'm just that good at what I do. Make sure you sit down. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put Lil Baby in a spiral soprano C. We like to keep it on a high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Bitch, be humble.
Did you just quote Kendrick Lamar?
I've never heard that name in my life, Barack. Yes, indeed, I've known many names. The best names, the greatest names. My favorite name besides Donald Trump is John Smith. What a name, what a classic.
Yeah, whatever, didn't ask and don't care anyway. Regular Kyurem can go into B tier. But holy shit, boys, it's the competitive demon himself, Landorus. I put his cloud form into B tier, it's all right. But the cloudless version of Landorus was one of the best competitive Pokemon I've ever used. So I give it an S tier. You really can't go wrong with flying ground types. Just keep them away from a gentle snowfall and you'll be all right, S tier.
I didn't know you were competitive like that, Barack. You want a 1v1 in Pokemon Showdown sometime? I have an awesome Rattata on my team, and it is indeed in the top percentage of Rattata. I learned it from youngster Joey San, the greatest rat trainer to ever live. I didn't even know what shorts were until I played Pokemon and discovered that shorts do in fact exist. What a time to be alive.
God, you're slower than a goddamn slow bro Joe. I got that flow that make the bitches want Mo and Mo. Mic check 1, 2. Latios and Latios both go into S tier. Amazing little psychic pimps. Their mega evolutions go into A tier though. I don't think they're as chatted, but they're purple, and purple is a wonderfully based color. So yeah, that's my reasoning. If you have a problem with it, call 1-800, I'm a giant pee-pee baby, and ask for Karen. She's good at getting people to stop crying.
Very savage, my little 9/11 prince. Moving on to Lugia, the protector of the seas. I don't know why Lugia is the protector of the seas. It's not even a water type, but it's still just as majestic as Ho-Oh in my opinion, so I give A tier.
That's fair. Personally, I'd put it into S tier because I love Lugia's moveset. But A tier is fair. I'm going to join in on this A tier marathon by putting Lunala into it as well. A giant moon bat. Sign me the fuck up, boyo. That sounds awesome. I want a giant bat to represent the moon in real life. Why can't we just have nice things? Gosh, so frustrating.
Lunala was a redeeming light in the dark for Generation 7. Don't get me wrong, the Sun and Moon games as well as Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are fun games. But the replay value is seriously hurt by how many cutscenes are in this game. Like, goddamn, do these guys talk a lot. Anyway, who wants to do the honor of dropping the first F-tier Pokemon? Any takers?
Obama's got this. No drama, but these two are as ugly as fauna coming straight out of the sauna. And not only will I drop Magyarna into F-tier, but Manaphy is going into F-tier as well. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and grab Fiona as well. Magyarna is in F-tier because we are just not that big of fans when it comes to design. But at least it's not as bad as Manaphy and Fione. They have to be the most pointless legendaries ever created, and you can quote me on that. I regret nothing.
Damn, Barack, tell Nintendo and Game Freak how you really feel.
He just did, dumbass.
What was that, Donnie? I could have sworn you just said some dumb shit because I don't remember asking for your fucking opinion.
Simmer down, Joey. You're still on probation. Keep that in mind.
I will go away for life if it means I can beat Donnie's ass. No cap, I'm going to drop the fattest beatdown and get hauled off. Maybe I'll make a mixtape about it and go platinum while behind bars.
Yeah, whatever you say, dumbass. Anyway, I gotta go, fellas. This copy of Pokemon Black 2 isn't going to nuzlocke itself, and I can't have a single McNugget until I knock this bitch out. See you losers later. Big Donnie is out of here.
Thanks for stopping by, George. I'm going to drop my hot new single soon. Make sure to check it out, player. Anyways, have a good day, everyone. Obama out.
You got this outro, Joe. Make sure you take your pills before you do it. You know you get nervous when doing outros. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Thank you all so much for watching. Check out Barry's new single, exclusively available on the AI Toby YouTube channel, Mega Based and Mega Goated. He has the voice of an angel. Peace out, everyone. The Bidenator is off to make some memes. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Hello to all you wonderful people out there. The boys are back in town to continue ranking these legendary Pokemon. Pretty hyped. How you doing, fellas?
Piss off, Joe. I'm not in a good mood. You all know why, and no, I don't want to talk about it. If you bring it up, I will be very cross with you.
Okay, fine, but can we at least bring up the memes?
Fine, but only the good ones. At least they're funny. All right, haha, you got all the goofs and gaffs out of your system. Now can we please rank some... Oh my God, what the hell is that?
It's the new form of Raikudani.
I think I'm going to be sick. What the hell did they do to my favorite saber-toothed cat?
I'm with Donnie on this one, Barack. What the hell is he supposed to be now, a giraffe? I am truly appalled.
Oh, come on, fellas. It's not that bad. It's kind of cool.
It's not kind of cool, Barack. It's kind of shit. And both of those imposters can go into F tier.
I concur with the only president to have a mugshot taken.
In the words of Bart Simpson from the hit sitcom, The Simpsons, eat my shorts, you prick.
You guys are saltier than sodium chloride. I'm moving on. Marshadow and its subsequent form are average for me. They can go into C tier. But Melmetal and Melton are chatted to the highest degree. One stage is a cute little pile of mercury, and then he evolves into the goddamn Hulk. S tier for both of them.
Those rankings are acceptable, Obama. Good job.
Always a pleasure hearing good takes, Barack. We have Meloetta. A music-based Pokemon is awesome, and the design is sleek. I give it a B tier. As for Mesprit, just like a Zelf before it, the Lake Trio just don't do it for us. I give C tier for the little guy.
Hey, look at that, Joey. Not as sleepy as you usually are. Good on you. Next up is Mew, the Jesus of the Pokemon universe, obviously goated. No reason to believe he isn't. He goes into S tier, along with every form of his test tube, baby brother Mewtwo. The Mega Evolution Y of Mewtwo in particular is awesome. Reminds me of both Frieza and Kid Buu from Dragon Ball. Dope as fuck S tier for those chads.
Hard to argue with Mr. 91 charges, cough, cough, felonies, cough, cough. Gosh, I need some water, but the show must go on. Anyways, Moltres is really confusing for me. I think he's a dope firebird. But when you take the fire away from Moltres, he looks like a rubber chicken or some shit. And that does kind of put me off still. The design is obviously meant to have fire and not be naked, so I'll put him into B tier. I believe that's fair. Oh, and both Necrozma forms can go into S tier. I mean, they remind me of Power Rangers, and Power Rangers was dope. S tier, great designs.
Great takes, Joe. You're really beating the odds. I'm proud of you. Ultra Megazoid Necrorzma is up next. He's a Megazoid, so he goes into S tier. Pretty simple to understand. Don't play dumb. Obama, don't play that shit. Oh, and Necrozma by itself can go into A tier. It's just so much cooler in every other form it has that it kind of downplays the original design, kind of like how Kyrium White and Black looks so much better than the original Kyrium, that you'd much rather just keep the fusion form on your team than the original. But yeah, that's my reasoning. A tier for Necrozma.
Gosh, the way you pronounce Pokemon names gives me a goddamn headache, Barack.
Would you like me to dial 1-800-CRY about it?
I'd like you to step on a thumbtack, Barack. Piss off. Anyways, Palkia is dope. It's the god of space, which is obviously a chatted responsibility. The design is cool, but I just don't think it's as cool as Dialga. So I'll give it A tier. Still goated Water and Dragon is a deadly typing, but I think it lacks just a little bit of Riz.
Did you know AI Tobe's little brother caught a shiny Palkia in the Sinnoh remakes?
Oh, for real? On Ja?
On Jahomey, the kid's an alpha, just like the original design for Raikou, S tier for the greatest cat in Pokemon. Whoever designed those new versions of Raikou and Suicune need to smoke about 43 G's less homie. Absolutely atrocious.
I suppose it's just what happens with time. Oh, well, we had our games. Now the new generation will grow up with these guys. But at least we have a wonderfully based Pokemon coming up, Rayquaza. I mean, this thing is just so fucking cool. How can you not like a giant green dragon and its Mega Evolution? Probably the most broken Pokemon ever created. What a mega form. Bring back Mega Evolutions, Game Freak. Just do it. No reason not to. S tier for Rayquaza.
I agree, Donnie. Pokemon Emerald is an absolute classic. And I will be playing it on my deathbed, just so I can stick it to that bitch Wallace one last time. I think we will end it here with these final rankings. The Reggie family, we have Reggie Ice, Reggie Rock, Reggie Steel, and Reggie Gigas. I think there are new Reggie Pokemon now. I'm sure they're on the list, but these 4 OG Reges are all really cool, some more than others. So let's go with the rankings. Reggie Ice is definitely my favorite out of the trio. It goes into A tier. Reggie Rock and Reggie Steel can go into B tier. They're both cool in their own right. I just think Reggie Ice is better. And as for Reggie Gigas, well, he can move continents. In fact, he shaped the gosh darn continents. What a pimp, S tier.
That's a good place to call it for now, Barack. I have about 14 missed calls from my lawyers, so I got to get back to it. I'll see you losers later.
You got this outro, Joe. Michelle is calling me. She needs that Obama, if you know what I mean. Peace out, pimps. Obama out.
Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you have the time, we invite you to check out the Kickstarter for AI Toby's new TCG called War of the Archetypes. The Kickstarter is in the description below. We hope you back us so we can form an amazing community together. Thank you all so much for your support. Tune in next time, where I catch a fish with my bare hands. It's going to be far out and gnarly, my guys. Peace out, pimps.
Welcome back to all you beautiful bastards. We are taking time away from the studio to continue ranking legendary Pokemon. Donnie, Joe, and I are making an album of entirely original songs that we definitely did not create ourselves. It's been glorious.
Indeed, Barack, it has been a pretty glorious time, almost as magnificent as War of the Archetypes, a brand new TCG being created by AI Toby and his crew. Please consider backing us so we can usher in a brand new game that pays respects to those card games that came before, while also adding significantly new mechanics in an attempt to continue trading card games going for the next generation. Thank you for listening to my advertisement. Would you like to start off the tier list, Sleepyhead?
I'll have you know I took a nap today, Donald, so suck my long John Silver anyway. The next Pokemon is Reshiram. What an absolute Chad of a Pokemon. I put it in A tier. It was a wonderfully majestic Pokemon. Considering it's fire and dragon, it's everything that Charizard wishes it was. Easy win A tier.
Not bad, Joe. Pretty good take. Almost as good as my healthcare plan.
Your healthcare plan is a lot like the 2 forms of Shaman Barack. D tier at best, I get it. I know the damn thing is cute, but it really doesn't have anything else going for it. I give D tier to those little rascals.
I'm going to put you in a rascal scooter, you fuck. How dare you insult Shaman in front of the Bidenator?
Your boos mean nothing to me, Joe. I've seen what makes you cheer, slob on my knob.
I said the same thing to your mama last night, bitch.
Wow, you 2 cats are scratching and hissing right out the gate, Pussy says what?
What?
Exactly. Anyway, Type Null can go into B tier. He's kind of a wannabe Arceus, but you know, he still looks pretty cool, so I'll give him a B tier. But the roaming masterpiece that is Suicune goes into S tier. It looks nothing like a dog at all, but you know, I don't care. He's the best of the dog trio. I give this beautiful creature the highest honor that is within my power to grant. I grant Suicune an S tier.
I feel like the S tier is starting to lose meaning with all the Pokemon we have up there.
What can I say, Donnie? When that shit slaps, that shit slaps.
I guess I can't argue there. Those Pokemon do be down with the shits.
The next Pokemon is Zapdos, and he is indeed down with the shits, as previously stated by the Orange Man. It's the best bird easily, so good, in fact, I'd even argue that Zapdos is the greatest electric Pokemon ever. And I put that on my mama and my dead homies. Rest in peace, you beautiful angels. Mwah. Oh, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize, because I'm sure we're about to piss some people off. All of the Tapus go into C tier. I'm sorry, but they just never did it for me. They're just kind of their cool lore, and I like the type diversity, but the design never really was my favorite. I give C tier for those guys.
Joe, Generation 7 of Pokemon was based in Hawaii, so I hope you know I'm very disappointed to see you putting my favorite Guardians into C tier.
Cry about it, Barack. Tarakian is up next. He's like, I don't even know really. I honestly feel nothing when I look at this Pokemon, so I'm throwing him into D tier. As for the cloud forms of both Thundurus and Tornadus, they can both go into B tier, but their Therian forms are dog shit, so I'm throwing them into D tier for dog water.
Damn, man, why you gotta be so cold, homie?
What can I say, Joe? I'm colder than ice. I don't give a fuck if I go blind. I don't need to see the price tag anyway. I'm a dog, Joe. I got that dog in me, homie.
You must have amnesia, Donnie, because you forgot that I'm literally that guy.
You're not that guy, Joe, trust me. Now, moving swiftly along, we got Uxie, just another late Guardian, C tier for me. Silvally is honestly not even as cool looking as Type Null, in my opinion, so it can go into C tier as well. Victini is a cool little guy with an absolutely broken move. So you know I got to put that boy into A tier. I mean, the thing weighs like 10 pounds soaking wet, yet it has the power to call forth the literal fires of hell and disintegrate you in a matter of seconds. I wouldn't fuck with that thing. S tier for me.
Whenever I see Victini, I shudder in fear. Don't let its adorable demeanor fool you. That rat is responsible for the deaths of thousands. You've been warned anyway. Moving on to Verizon Wireless. Nah, I'm just playing. You see, the Pokemon's name is Virizion, so I called it Verizon. Ha ha ha, gosh, these new hip things called jokes are really funny. Anyways, Virizion is okay, nothing special. It's like quad week to flying, which is kind of lame, not gonna lie. I give C tier.
Good on you, Joe. I see what you did there. We'll definitely win everyone over with our cell phone company-based humor. As the wonderful Kronk once said, oh yeah, it's all coming together. Anyways, Volcanion is up next, and I mean, I just don't understand this thing. It confuses me to no end, and it's weak to like everything. Fuck this thing, fuck it harder than Melania. F tier for that garbage, but don't worry, Xerneas is up next, and is clearly the greatest deer Pokemon in all of Pokemon. A tier for that beautiful creature. I wish I had a fairy deer to call my own. I'd ride it into battle with all you bozo Democrats.
Donnie, you can ride that Xerneas straight into the Fulton County jail system for all I care. Oops, too soon.
Piss off Barack, allegedly born in Hawaii, Obama.
Fellas, please relax a little. Grab some Zaza from my bag of holding. I'll roll a D20 to see if you can smoke it. Nice you guys got 19. Hit that shit, homies.
Joe, what the fuck are you talking about? How can I, the almighty Donnie, smoke the Zaza from your bag of holding when we aren't in the same room?
I don't know. I was just trying to have some fun, Donnie, you big orange prick.
I already know where this is going, so I'm going to reel us back in like an all-star fishing captain. Evital is up next, and he looks like an uncooked steak. D tier for his raw, steak-looking ass. Solgaleo, on the other hand, gets A tier. I mean, he's an absolute Chad, a giant white lion born from a tiny ball of cosmic dust and fluff. Plus, riding Solgaleo through the wormholes in Ultra Sun was fun. Look at me busting a rhyme any place, anytime. Oh, shit, I'm feeling myself right now.
Nice, Barack. I've been feeling myself this whole time, so I'm right there with you.
Gross.
That's not what I meant, you hairpiece wearing, overcooked steak eating, ready to burst at any moment looking mugshot taking bitch.
Oh, please, Joe. You're about as threatening as a piece of steamed broccoli. Oh, shit, Zekrom is up next. Put him next to Reshiram Barack.
Fine, but I'm only doing it because I want to, not because you asked me to.
Okay, yeah, sure. Cry about it. Piss about it. Come if you must. Let's get this ball rolling with more rankings. I'm running out of time over here.
Well, I suppose we could knock out a couple of more and call it a day. I'll go ahead and start with Zygarde in its many forms. Before that, though, I'd like to ask something. What in the actual fuck were Game Freak thinking when they made this Pokemon? I mean, it seemed cut and dry. They made Pokemon X and Y, and I'm pretty sure they had plans to make Pokemon Z. Otherwise, what the hell was the point of Zygarde? He looks okay, but he just kind of shows up out of nowhere and then isn't really mentioned or talked about ever again. I just don't understand the point of this Pokemon, and it gets my jimmies going.
I'll be honest, Joe, I have no clue. I just think the dog form should go into A tier for being a great pupper.
Completely fair and perfectly reasonable.
I agree wholeheartedly, A tier for man's best friend. As for the original form of Zygarde, I give it C tier. It's just average, don't really care. But the Power Rangers Megazoid form of Zygarde shoots straight up into S tier. I mean, I don't quite understand the logistics of Zygarde forming into a massive Megazoid, but I sure as hell ain't going to complain.
Wow, look at that. Turns out it's true what they say. Even a stupid old broken clock such as yourself can be based twice a day.
That is not how that quote goes. I'm like 99% sure that's not how that quote is written. Seriously, I'm like 80% sure that's not how that quote is supposed to go. I'm 55% sure that the actual quote is, even a broken clock is right twice a day. That's the quote for sure. I'm positive. I'm like 14% sure.
Okay, listen, I'm just going to go. My head hurts from all this nonsense. You two give a good outro. I'm going to go do the hokey pokey and then proceed to turn myself around, because when you really think about it, that's what it's all about. Later, bitches. Obama out.
I got to go too, Donnie. Just remember, whenever you're feeling down, think of the wise words spoken by famous rapper Chris Brown. Remember, Donnie, these hoes ain't loyal. Oh, and also don't forget that Chris Brown beat the hell out of Rihanna. And well, that's just sad. Oh gosh, I made it awkward. Ah, shit. Chalky chocolate chip ice cream. The Bidenator is out of here.
What the actual hell is even going on anymore? This group is a circus. Anyways, thanks for watching. It means a lot. I hope you can take the time to check out our Kickstarter for a brand new TCEG we want to start. Link is in the description. Other than that, stay safe, Chads. More videos to come. Thank you for sticking with us. Peace out, pimps. Welcome back, everyone. This is the final installment of President's Ranking every legendary and mythical Pokemon. I am, of course, the one, the only Big Donnie. And joined with me today are a bunch of former presidents. You know them, you love them. Give it up for Bush and the Bozo Democrats.
Hey, what the hell, man? I'm just here to rank Pokemon. What are you getting political for?
Don't worry, Bill. Donnie is just upset that he might be taken off the ballot due to his numerous alleged crimes. Hashtag, I have no proof, but he definitely did that shit. I know it's a long hashtag, but it'll catch on. Don't you worry.
How about just hashtag, he definitely did that shit?
Hang on, fellas, let's simmer down a bit. You guys are up here at like an 11, and I need you all to come back down to earth. I need you at a 4 right now. Pokemon is involved, and we need to bring our A game for this finale.
Exactly right, George. I'll kick off this shindig.
Donnie, this isn't the 80s. I don't think you can say that anymore.
Shut it, Joe. You're loopier than a Fruit Loop. Get roasted anyways. Zeraora looks amazing. The design is great. Its stats are great. And it seems like it would have a lot of fun with a ball of yarn, which warms my increasingly frozen soul. S tier for that awesome cat-looking bastard. Moving on to the doggos and their alternate forms, I think they're all solid. However, I prefer Zacian over Zamazenta, so I will give both forms of Zacian A tier while putting both forms of Zamazenta into B tier. Sorry, Shield Boyos, but Big Donnie is packing that sword both on his back and in his pants. Boom, I'm awesome.
I know a thing or two about packing swords in my pants. So I'm right there with you, Donnie. Moving on to Eternatus and his alternate form. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how you feel about Eternatus, but this is just not it, my guys. This looks like some sort of Digimon, Elden Ring boss reject. I'm not even a little bit aroused. I put the original form of Eternatus into D tier, and his dumb alternate form can go into F tier. I liked Sword and Shield as games, but Eternatus is a whole lot of poo-poo.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Eternatus is just, I really don't know what about it pisses me off, but I can assure you just looking at that thing makes me want to throw hands. It makes me want to open Pokemon Home and just release the little prick.
Gentlemen, please calm your jimmies. They are showing to be excellently rustled. Eternatus is not my favorite legendary by any means, but it's not that bad. Don't you think you're shitting on it a little too hard?
Too hard. Barack, they aren't shitting on it nearly enough. That thing is garbage. Speaking of garbage, what the actual fuck were they thinking when they made Calyrex? This thing looks so goddamn stupid. I'm convinced they smoked a 14-gram dragon blunt. One of the guys shouted, "Big brain!" And then they just went along with it. I mean, it looks so much better on its horse, but the thing by itself is so laughable, it actually brings down the ranking of the horses they are sitting upon. I give Calyrex by itself F tier. I give Calyrex Shadow and Calyrex Ice Rider B tier. And I give just the horses A tier. Like I said, Calyrex is so bad that it actually lowers the rankings of the horses while it's riding them, but the horses by themselves are pretty cash money. And I don't even like horses.
Wow, Joe. I got to say, listening to you talk for a solid 40 seconds without passing out is truly a miracle. I commend you.
Commend these nuts, bitch.
Boys, please breathe in the soothing sounds of my Hawaiian voice.
Cough, allegedly, cough, cough.
Well, Donnie is clearly struggling with a cough, so I'll keep this tower falling. Kubfu is literally one of the greatest names ever created. Whoever named this Pokemon Kubfu is a living legend. Sometimes keeping it simple can really go a long way. Kubfu is more of a spiritual lesson on life more than it is a Pokemon. All that praise aside, the design is rather simple, nothing outstanding. It would go into D tier, but the name is just so goddamn perfect I'm going to put him into C tier. As for its evolution, Urshifu the single strike style can join Kubfu into C tier, but every other form can go into B tier. I can't decide one over the other. They all look pretty decent in their own way, kind of like me in a cowboy hat. Doesn't matter what else I'm wearing, baby. All that matters is the hat, and don't you fucking forget it.
I could never forget how you look in a cowboy hat, baby.
What did you just say, Bill?
I was talking about the alternate forms of Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. It's quite literally a mixed bag for me. Moltres looks like shit, looks way worse than the original rubber chicken design. I throw it into D tier. The alternate form of Articuno is inoffensive. It's a lovely shade of purple, and you will never hear me complain about a psychic flying type. However, it's just not as good looking as Articuno, so I'll put it into B tier. As for Zapdos, I gotta say they really knocked it out of the park with this design. I think the original Zapdos is a Chad, but unfortunately he just isn't as chatted as his Galarian form. I give it an S tier.
Bill, are you fucking high? No, seriously, are you high right now? How dare you put that ostrich wannabe above the OG Zapdos? I ought to get over there, give you a good old-fashioned Chuck Norris-styled roundhouse.
Shut it, Joe. If you tried to lift your leg that high, you'd probably die, bitch.
Wow, these pussycats have claws, don't they, Barack?
They sure do, Donnie. We're going to hear two grown men meow soon if this goes on any longer. Let's get back to Pokemon. Talk about the two newest ragey Pokemon, Donnie.
What is there to even talk about? Obama, look at them for God's sake. They're dog shit, D tier at best. I mean, they're powerful. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think those designs are any good.
Speaking of dog shit, what the hell were they thinking creating Enamorus? Both of these forms are appalling. They're gross. And if I'm supposed to be enamored by it, I can assure you that I am not. Just look at it seriously. Jamie, blow up a picture of Enamorus. You see that shit? What is redeeming about that? I mean, really, I'm actually angry. Be right back, fellas. I'm going to go punch a pillow.
At least he's dealing with his anger in healthy ways. I have to commend him for that.
How do you deal with your anger, Joe?
The way I deal with my anger is admittedly unhealthy. Whenever I get really mad, I just punch in the nuclear launch codes, pick a random country in the world, and just hover my hand over the button while I seethe and mauled. Last time I nearly wiped Switzerland off the face of the earth. Shit was crazy. I was tripping off that dragon blunt and locked myself in my office with the briefcase. We went DEFCON 2 and everything. Shit was wild. But then I remember Swiss chocolate and watches exist, so I forgave the Swiss people for their indiscretion.
Holy fuck, Joe. What could Switzerland have done to piss you off so much?
They've had it too goddamn good for too goddamn long, Donnie.
Okay, Jesus, there's a lot to unpack there, so I'm just going to move on. The motorcycle dragons from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are all right. I like the purple one, but the red one isn't bad either. I give them B tier. The fire goldfish goes into C tier. I don't really have any strong opinions on it. And I'm not even joking when I say this. Literally every Pokemon that is left can go into C tier as well. I just don't really care about them. But they're not so offensive as to have me hooping and hollering. Well, fellas, it looks like we finally did it. We ranked every single legendary, mythical, whatever the fuck they're called, Pokemon. I'm very proud of us.
I'm just happy to be a part of the adventure. Barack, you guys did most of the work. What say you and the rest of the boys come over to my farm in Texas and we can prance around through the tall grass just like back in our glory days?
Holy shit, I'm on my way, George. I fucking love prancing.
I do look like an angelic duck when I'm prancing. Time to stunt on these hoes. Last one to Texas is a bozo Democrat.
Can I bring Hillary with me, George?
No, you may not.
Oh, thank God I didn't want to bring her. I'll be there soon. Big Billy with the Willy is out of here.
I'm going to go get some snacks ready, Barack. Peace out, Girl Scout. Prepare to prance, dance, grab a lance, and end up in France, baby. Woo! I am George fucking W.
If you made it this far, then I just wanted to say thank you for watching all the way through. We have more content planned for the future, and we hope you continue to enjoy the wacky adventure that we are on together. Just remember, the coochie will be with you. Always Obama out.